Hello, this is Kota Nakako from GCS. Today, let me talk about low risk-taking culture in Japan, low financial literacy in Japan. What are the reasons behind it? How we can improve it? Let me talk about first of all comparison between United States and Japan in terms of equity investment and cash and deposits share in financial assets of household consumers. First of all, in the United States, equity investment account for 36% of financial assets, in compared with just 13% of cash and deposit. In Japan, it's the other way around. Cash and deposits account for more than 50% or 51% of financial assets, in compared with just 10% in equity investment. So this is very different picture. Contrary, Japan's culture is very contrary to United States risk-taking culture. Europe stands in between United States and Japan. Anyway, globally, it's apparent Japan's risk-taking culture is low. It can be said as low financial literacy. In order to grow, we have to take proper risk. In order for Japan to grow, we have to take proper risk, appropriate risks. There are four reasons, in my view, behind this low risk-taking culture. First of all, bad image about equity investment. Because equity stock prices is volatile, it's regarded as something dangerous. Can be regarded as a sort of gambling. That is not the truth, in fact. Secondly, the lack of financial education in Japan of finance. It's not taught in elementary school and junior high school levels, or it's even prohibited from elementary education in Japan, because it's something to do with the first reason. The thirdly, it's something to do with manufacturing culture of Japan. In order to produce good products, you have to be in stable condition and long-standing. Whereas stock prices fluctuate daily and very volatile, you cannot concentrate on manufacturing, so it's prohibited. So manufacturing culture of Japan is something to do with low risk taking of Japanese people. Fourthly, this is something to do with tradition. The comparison between real estate income and stock investment income. Real estate income has longer history, so it's accepted, socially established. So it has high repute in Japanese society, whereas stock investment income, something new, it's a product of capitalism. Real estate income coming from feudalistic age, whereas equity investment income is coming from more recent age, where capitalism is newer than feudalism. So maybe it's exaggeration, but it's the long-standing history of real estate income compared with newer historical background of stock investment. This is the fourth reason. Then let me talk about how we can change it, how we can improve it. First of all, education. Maybe it's difficult to educate investment because even if we make proper education, we cannot necessarily get good return or positive return. It depends on the situation. Even if we make proper approach to investment, you can get negative returns. So it's difficult to educate investment, but to make people understand basics of finance, which should lead to good risk-taking culture, because better understanding of fair price of stock or equity, and deeper understanding of fair value of equities. So education of basics of finance in elementary and junior high school levels is important. The second is learning by doing. Japanese people tend to firstly understand things, and then if you have good understanding, you practice it, put into practice. But investment is, for investment, it's not good approach in my view. Learning by doing. In order to understand investment, you have to firstly do it. So learning by doing is the essence of should lead to better risk-taking culture in Japan. It's nurture risk-taking culture in Japan. That's my view. So I hope going forward, current situation in Japan is because households are not taking risks. Government and central bank are taking risk on behalf of households, Japanese consumers. That is not appropriate picture of capitalism. In order to make Japanese economy grow, Japanese household, Japanese individuals has to take proper risk. Risk-taking culture has to be nurtured in Japan for Japanese economy to grow, for Japan to prosper in the 21st century. I think it's taking place. I hope Japan can nurture increased risk-taking culture and improve financial literacy going forward. Thank you very much for your attention.